So many people struggle to find their foundation match. Why is this? So many people get overwhelmed choosing, looking at so many foundation colors. Some look too pale, too dark, some look reddish, some look yellowish, some look too tan, too chalky, too muddy. Some even say it even turns green. My name is Keo by KKB and I'm an expert makeup artist and beauty educator. And don't worry, because today is the day I'm going to finally show you how to match your foundation like a true artist. And we're going to go right back down to the fundamentals of color theory. So stay with me, the video will be really short and informative. So let's get right into it. Now, the first thing that you need to understand before you even can figure out your perfect foundation match is to understand your undertone. Now, what is this thing undertone that people keep talking about? I'm going to break it down for you. So your skin undertone is basically the most dominant hue beneath the surface of your skin. So basically what that is the color from beneath your skin that is going to affect your skin tone hue and color the most. So there are 3 undertones. So you have the warm undertone. This is basically also called a yellow undertone. And this is when your skin is kind of yellowy or peachy or has like a golden hue to it. The other one is called a cool undertone. Some people call this a red undertone. And this is when your skin has like a more of a pinky or a reddish or a rosy or even a bluish hue. Or you can be a mix of cool and warm, and this is called a neutral undertone. So some people have neutral undertones. They're neither warm nor cool. They're really right there in the center, a mix of them both. Let me actually show you how it works in color theory. So color theory is basically the art and the science of using color. So in color theory, right, in art, there are these 3 colors and they call them primary colors, and this is because they're very important in color theory as they can be used to mix all other colors. So these 3 colors are red, blue, and yellow. So what that is telling us is that we can use these primary colors to create a foundation. So that's what we're going to do. So remember I told you earlier that when you have a warm undertone, that would mean that your skin is a bit more golden, right? So you have more yellowy tones, undertones. So basically we're just going to make an assumption that if we mix a foundation and we use mainly yellow, that would mean that a person has a warm undertone. If we mix a foundation and we use mainly blue or mainly red in the foundation mix, that would tell us that the person would have more of a cool undertone, okay? Okay, so we're going to begin with the fair complexion mannequin. The first thing we need to do is try to guess the undertone just by looking. Okay, say you have no idea what it is, that's fine. We'll just make 3 different mixes, and we're gonna make 1 with mainly red, 1 with equal parts of red and yellow, and 1 with mainly yellow, okay? And also, because our mannequin is very fair skin, we're gonna add white to line each foundation mix. All right, so now we have our primary colors to mix our foundations, and the goal here is just to see which foundation is gonna blend in most with the mannequin and look like it's disappearing and looks just like it's the mannequin's own skin, okay? Okay, so I hope you understand what's happening here. So it's time for the fun. So we're gonna start mixing our foundations. So let's see what this red-based foundation looks like. Doesn't look too bad, but when you zoom in, it does look a bit pasty, a bit pinky. So let's mix this one with equal parts of red and equal parts of yellow. We'll mix it with the white and let's see what this looks like. Can't lie, that's art. That looks incredible. I think that's a really good match for the mannequin. Really, it's looking like the mannequin might have a neutral undertone. But let's go ahead and mix the yellow and white mix and see what that looks like. Okay then, that looks a bit yellowy. It looks too yellowy. It doesn't blend in very well. It looks a bit pasty. All right, so I think we can all agree that the neutral undertone foundation matches the best, and that is the one that will mix equal parts of red and yellow. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, and don't forget to subscribe and like and share this with all your friends so that you can help them to match their foundation well. Okay, so let's move on to our dark skin mannequin. All right, so the first step is to guess what the mannequin's undertone would be. I'm just gonna go ahead and say red undertone. Let me know in the comments what you think. But say we're not sure, we're gonna mix 3 different foundations for this mannequin. So one is gonna have mainly yellow, one is gonna have equal parts of red and yellow, and one is gonna have mainly red, okay? Next thing we're gonna do is add blue to each foundation mix. Now we add the blue to deepen the color and to darken it, okay? Okay, so now it's time to mix our red foundation with our blue, and it looks a bit dark, so I added some white to lighten the color. Okay, so we blended that in, and whoa, let me tell you something. This is art. That looks fantastic. Fantastic. It's a little red, but I feel like if I added more white, it would have been perfect. Okay, so let's try this mix that has equal parts of red and yellow. Looks a bit ashy. Now let's move to the one that has mainly yellow, and it literally turned green, so that cannot work. Okay, so just to get a closer match, I decided to go back and lighten the first two colors because they seemed a bit darker than the mannequin. So now that we do that, we can see clearly that the mannequin has a red or cool undertone because the foundation I had mainly red in it matched the most. And if you ever wonder why, if you have a deep dark complexion and you try certain foundations and they come out looking really ashy, this is the reason why. It needs more red, it needs more blue, okay? And if that happens to you, then you probably have also a cool or red undertone. All right, cool. So the last part of this now, I'm going to be trying it on my skin. So as you can see, my skin, I naturally have a yellow undertone, but let us just prove it. So I'm gonna start out by adding a yellow base, right? I'm gonna add a tad bit of red to neutralize the yellow, to tone down the yellow, right? So now I added some white because the color seemed a bit too tan against my skin. And we added more red just to neutralize the yellow some more because it was looking too yellowy. Then I added a bit of blue, right, to neutralize the color even more, and a bit more red to neutralize some more, and some white. And there we go, it's getting closer. It's starting to match my skin a bit more. I wiped away the edges because I mainly blended in the center region, and as you can see, it blends kind of well. So that is telling me that I have a yellow or warm undertone. I also have green veins. That's another indicator that I have a warm undertone. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to be doing to finish up this video with a bang is I'm going to be mixing you 4 different foundations, like realistic foundations. And the first one I'm going to start with is going to have mainly red. So this is going to be definitely a cool undertone foundation. And I want it to be kind of like light, so I'm going to add lots of white. And of course you have to balance out the foundation color by adding blues to neutralize it, to deepen it. You have to add white to lighten it. You have to add yellow to give it a more golden tone. You have to add red to neutralize it. So of course you have to mix different colors, but as I said, the main color is red, which is going to definitely be making it a cool tone foundation. There it is on the paper. Also, please note that when you mix foundation and put it on white paper, it looks more unnatural looking. You kind of see the tones to it more, the more yellowy tones, the more pinky tones, but when you put it on skin, it looks more natural. So just wait till I put it on my skin at the end to see. Okay, so now I've mixed my yellow tone foundation. I'm just moving a bit fast here, it's just to demonstrate quickly. Mixed my yellow base foundation already, which is my warm undertone foundation. So now I'm mixing this deep dark foundation that has mainly blue in it, and because it has mainly blue, that means it's going to be a cool tone foundation. And of course I have to add white to lighten it. I'm gonna have to add red. I'm gonna have to add, you know what I mean, to get the color to look real, you understand? So now we have that, and the last one I'm going to mix here quickly is the neutral tone foundation, which has equal parts of red and yellow, and I'm going to be mixing it nicely here. All right, so now I'm going to show you what they look like on the back of my hand, and don't judge me because I mix these quickly, okay? This is just for demonstration purposes, but the first one on the top has a cool undertone, the second one has a warm undertone, the third one has a neutral undertone, and the fourth one has a cool undertone. I hope this video really helped you to understand undertones better, so that when you go and you select your foundation, you know exactly what it needs to look like. You need to select one based on your undertone. You need to find one that is close to your skin tone so it doesn't look too light or too dark against your skin. And then when you're matching it, always match it to your jawline and step back, blend onto your skin and step back to see if it's blending and melting into your skin, disappearing. That's how you know that you have a perfect foundation match. Hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Leave comments, share and subscribe, and let me know what other video requests you'd like down in the comments. Love you. See you in the next video. Bye.